Hello! How's it going? Mason's here, back from wherever you've been, getting the milk. Welcome back.
Ma 5 on pre 5 ton says. Long time no see, my good sir.
Yeah. I mean, I think you might have missed that I finally got my affiliate status. And you know what that means? It means we get channel points now. And we got some stuff to work on.
Ma 5 on pre 5 ton says. Oh yeah.
Hell yeah. Channel points are something that I've been wanting to get for a long time, just because there's lots of little fun things you can do with them. So, don't be afraid to throw some out. After you have racked up a bit. But today we're working on these guys. I think we're going to be doing these guys the entire time. Patapitters. I've been trying to focus a lot on my YouTube channel for creatures. And one of the things that brings in viewers is the shorts. So I'm trying to put out shorts for each of the creatures, but in order to do that, I need some artwork for them. Is the music a good volume? Like, it's not overpowering? I generated a few new
Mason
songs
pre-5
with
ton
Suno.
says. Hold on, now I'm on my main. Mason pre 5 ton says. Yeah. Mason pre 5 ton says. It's great.
Nice, nice. Yeah, I forgot that I had a subscription to Suno that was still active. So I've been using it to make some AI songs about various things in the setting to get me pumped. And I threw a few new ones on the playlist for this time. Like this one right here.
Mason pre 5 ton says. Oh.
And that way we can't get dinged for copyright on YouTube. For having background music that said it was royalty free when actually it has a copyright claim every time you try to use it. Because YouTube does that.
Mason pre 5 ton says. What is this one called?
This one is just the League of Magi. One of the organizations in my setting. Let's see.
Mason pre 5 ton says. Oh. Mason pre 5 ton says. Cool Chud.
Yeah, these guys are going to be the focus of the next Creature Codex short. We gotta make the eyes a little thicker around the edges. This is Patapitter. Let's see. Hiccups. Oh boy. They're hitting me hard. I've been kind of blackpilling recently about games and stuff. Not just because like a lot of bad things are happening in games, but I just haven't been able to find games that I feel like playing. Like I've seen it all before, man. Not much holds my attention.
Mason Pre 5 Ton says. Reminded me of like Weedle and Wurmple. Mason Pre 5 Ton says. Oh yes, so true.
Yeah, I've got like a whole... I don't know what you call it. Cycle of creatures that are kind of caterpillar-ish. We've got these guys, we got Budley, we've got Gumpillar.
Mason Pre 5 Ton says, most games can't catch my attention anymore.
Yeah. I did get back into Path of Exile 2 recently though. I remembered like the only reason I dropped it was just because it takes so long to like get through each of the areas, and I was like, man, I ain't got time for this. But I figured like, hell, I got nothing else to play. And surely the game won't make me like go back through an entire level if I have to log out in the middle of the level. So I can just take it at bite-sized chunks at a time. That's been a little helpful to give me something to do when I need to just relax and game.
Mason Pre 5 Ton says. Oh yeah.
Like if we could just have one of those, a game like Path of Exile 2, but like take the action RPG out of it and replace it with tactical, turn-based squad combat. That would be like my ideal game. I'd really just want to do dungeon crawls and get loot. At a turn-based pace with...
Mason Pre 5 Ton says. Yes.
I don't know why there hasn't been a game like that. Like, the loot system in those games is a lot of fun, but for some reason, I have not seen a turn-based tactics game employ it.
Mason Pre 5 Ton says. Pokemon dungeon games on the DS and 3DS are good.
What's that, Mystery Dungeon? That series? I haven't tried that one. Let's see. What am I doing? I need to bring up the reference
Mason
here.
Pre 5 Ton says. Yeah.
Let's see, where is Patapitter? There he is. You know what, let's shrink the eyes and put them further apart a little bit, and I think that'll be a little more on model. Actually, that one's a little smaller than the other one. There we go. I get so annoyed about that whole idea of the turn-based tactics with like Diablo style loot too. It's like it's such an obvious thing. It's so baffling that it hasn't been done yet. You'd think somebody would be on that. Especially when there's a lot of turn-based tactics games that have done really well recently.
Mason Pre 5 Ton says, have you played Expedition 33? Mason Pre 5 Ton says, or whatever it was.
I have not. I'm not super into like the JRPG style games like that. Especially if they have some kind of active part of the turn-based combat.
Says, that one is turn-based.
Yeah, but you also have to like parry things.
Mason Pre 5 Ton says, oh.
If I'm gonna play a turn-based game, I like to just chill.
Mason Pre 5 Ton says, oh yeah.
But that is a strong argument for turn-based games in general.
While I go buy my food from the shops. Mason Pre 5 Ton says, he'll be RB.
Alrighty. Let's see. I need to be thinking.
Mason Pre 5 Ton says, it won't even take long, LOL.
I need to be thinking with my art more about like the colors that I use. I stick a little too closely to like the reference colors. I feel like I'm limiting myself. We're gonna think a little harder about values on this one. Probably for all the stuff I'm doing on this stream. I think I tend to get a little too, what do you call that? A little too obsessive about trying to make everything like as accurately lit as possible. And sometimes you just need to light things in a way that makes them stand out more than is actually just completely accurate and correct to the lighting. We'll have to think about that as I'm coloring here. Whereas it might not be such a problem with this one because the thing is so... it takes up so much space on the page. Not a whole lot I can do to take the attention away from it. I might not even get to put much of those principles in action that I've been thinking about. But we'll see. We'll see how this turns out. I think the main issue I have is lighting backgrounds, which is what trips me up. We'll give a little texture to this branch here. Shading the leaves might be a little bit of a challenge on account of them being flat. Now this side could use a little extra shadow, I think. Maybe we should just put the entire lower part of the face in shadow here. Kinda like so. I don't know about that actually. Now that I look at it, that almost makes him look like he has a skull face. Maybe we shouldn't go with that. Alright, this brush size is getting on my nerves. I need to nerf it a tad so I can do more detail. Alright, I think that's looking okay. I'll go ahead and add in the darker areas. We got some gaps in the coloring here. Alright, that's better. Alrighty, now let's get dark parts on the branch here.
Mason Pre 5 ton says. Low key back.
Low key, not high key.
Mason Pre 5 ton says. Gotta keep it on the down low though. Mason Pre 5 ton says. YK.
Of course, of course. Let's see.
Mason Pre 5 ton says. I live a 2-minute walk away from a food shop.
Keep hearing stuff outside. I think some kids are playing around out there. Well, apparently, like I live right next to a fairground, right? And I guess the 4-H club around here was doing a rocket launch where kids make model rockets and launch them off. And like
Mason Pre 5 ton says. Oh.
This afternoon, I was taking my afternoon nap because I'm nocturnal. And like I was woken up by my phone buzzing, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? Normally, like I have an alarm that actually plays. I'm like, I'm confused, I'm just waking up. And I grab the phone and I look at it, and there's a number calling me. And like, there's no name for the number. So I'm like, what is this, a scammer? Did my phone info leak or something? But it looked like a local number, like it had the area code and everything. So I was like, maybe I should actually pick it up. But it stopped ringing like right when I was making that decision. So I was like, okay, whatever. I guess they'll call back if it's something important, and I'm about to go back to bed. Right? Well, I hear stuff moving around outside. I'm like, okay, what's going on? I take a peek out the blinds in my windows, and like I see some balding dude like standing outside one of my windows. And now I'm kind of weirded out. Like, what the hell is somebody doing out in my yard when I'm getting calls? So I get up and like put my pants on. Well, I'm trying to put my pants on to go and take a look at what's going on. And I hear the doorbell ring, okay?
Mason Pre 5 ton says. The hell?
Yeah. I hear the doorbell ring. I'm like, okay, somebody's actually here for something, for some purpose. I go to the front door. Nobody's there. I'm like, oh yeah, there was only one ring. That means it's the back doorbell. Who the hell's at my back door ringing the doorbell? So I go to the back door. I'm like just getting my pants on and everything. And I take a peek out, and one of my uncles is out there. Now, it's not the guy that I saw out the window before. My uncle's like completely bald.
Mason Pre 5 ton says. He looked like a tennis ball.
And this other guy was just balding. Like, he had the middle of his head missing hair, you know? So, like, I'm quite confused. But it's my uncle, okay? So, I know my uncle. So I answer the door, and turns out one of the rockets that the kids launched off got stuck in one of my trees. So they wanted to know if it's okay if they brought like a, I don't know what you call those trucks with the
Mason Pre 5
with the
ton
bucket
says.
lift on. They wanted to know if they could bring one of those over and get it out of the tree.
Mason Pre 5 ton says. Fire truck.
Not a fire truck, like the kind that electricians use when they're working on power lines. But yeah, apparently the bald dude was the one who had that. That was nice. That woke me up like 10 minutes before my alarm did. I'm standing out there watching them while this, like, I don't know, like 6-year-old kid is like talking to me about his rocket. And my alarm goes off while I'm talking to him. It's like, well, alright, I guess it's time to get up anyways. It was mildly annoying. It definitely had me a little nervous for a second. I'm just glad there wasn't
Mason
something
Pre 5
high
ton
stakes
says.
that it turned out to be.
They are called aerial lifts, I think.
Aerial lifts. Makes sense. So yeah, that's basically my day today.
Mason Pre 5 ton says. Yeah lol.
Been working a lot of overtime at work, so I'm freaking tired when the weekend rolls around. I was kind of worried I wouldn't have much time to do anything today.
Skullkidry says. Hi. I'm new here. Just exploring ATM, enjoying the chill vibes. Mason Pre 5 ton says.
Welcome, Skullkidry.
I could never imagine having that happen to me, man.
Nice to see people over on Odyssey stopping by. Yeah, that whole episode just kind of weirded me out. But, yeah, normally with work, like, our normal work schedule is 4 10-hour days. But we've got, like, they packed in a lot of orders this year. So we've been working a lot of overtime to try and keep things going.
Skullkidry says.
And it's starting to get to me.
I'm normally a viewer YouTube or Twitch, but just found out about Odyssey.
I don't know, you might be a little late to the party on Odyssey, I don't know. I haven't seen much action over there recently. But who knows, maybe if the other two platforms keep making things worse, people will actually move. One of the reasons why I haven't stopped streaming over there. Always nice to have a backup.
Mason Pre 5 ton says. What do you work as?
I cut metal with industrial lasers. I make aerospace parts in the place I work.
Mason Pre 5 ton says. That sounds cool.
It's cool for like the first week, then you kind of realize like most of your job is just waiting on machines and setting things up. Which is fine by me. I don't need like a super active job to keep me entertained. It gives me time to think about my projects and stuff.
Laser.
Yeah, laser.
Skullkidry says. Most jobs are cool for like the first week. Mason Pre 5 ton says. Oh.
Yeah, last night basically all I was doing is the parts we make are like they have a lot of holes in them. So you know what, let me do a little doodle here. Let's zoom in here. Like the main parts we make are basically like a cylinder like so. And it's got a little flange down here. And then there's like something at the top here, right? And this part, if you look at it from the side, it's like this. I got a flange too. These are like the main thing that we make the most of. And like all of these things just have rows and rows of tiny holes all around them. We're talking like
Mason Pre 5 ton says.
thousands of
What do
holes.
they do?
They're part of some kind of like how do I explain this? They like regulate the airflow or something in like engines and turbines. That's why they have so many holes, is to let air escape, so there's a certain amount of air flowing through them and escaping. And I guess we have a lot of business just because they have a shelf life. They only last for so long, so they're always having to be replaced. But what I was doing last night is I had one machine. We usually run 2 machines because we can do one that's a more active job than the other. And this one right here was the one that was just kind of going all night. And this thing, like, we've got, our lasers are like full 3-dimensional maneuvering things. They're not just like working on flat sheet metal. They'll turn the parts around and move in all sorts of directions to shoot from different angles and stuff. And so I've got a program running to shoot all the holes in this thing, and it takes like 2 hours to do one part. Meanwhile, on my other machine, we got a bunch of these that did not have a proper amount of airflow to be good, so we have to go back through and run them back through like the program they use, but a modified program where it stops at like each individual hole, and you have to line it up with a little camera in the nozzle so that you're right on the spot, and then shoot that hole again and just go through the holes one by one until there's enough collective space coming through the holes to let enough air out. That was my night, letting one machine run for several hours at a time while I go through and individually reshoot tiny holes in the other part. As you can imagine, it's a little boring. There's definitely times where I like nod off while I'm doing one of those, especially like those what we call jog and shoot ones where you have to line things up and then shoot each hole individually. That stuff gets tedious. Sometimes I just straight out like start passing out.
Mason Pre 5 ton says, I love how you kept the name for you viewers.
Well, I haven't thought of a better one, so Disciples it is. Yeah,
Skull
we should
Kidry
probably add a
says,
little bit of...
My cousin used to work in Rolls-Royce on their aerospace side. Not sure exactly what he did. Possibly engine remanufacturing. Mason
He's probably
Pre 5 ton
used
says,
some of our parts because
you
we
are
use
our DM.
We do parts for Rolls-Royce specifically. Not a whole lot of them. It is kind of cool that when people ask me what I do, I can
says,
say I work in the
I doubt it
aerospace and
unless
energy
you ship
industry.
internationally.
I don't know. I'm not too well versed on the logistics side of things. But we do have like the specific customers listed out on the paperwork that we use for
in
the
saying that,
setups
I believe
and
they
everything.
no longer do that here anymore. Mason Pre 5-ton says, when I hear Rolls whatever I think of like a company that makes watches or summon.
Rolls Royce? I think they're more of a car company than a watchmaker. You're probably thinking a Rolex.
Skull Kidry says, that Rolex you're thinking of.
Yeah, Rolex.
Mason Pre 5-ton says, actually sounds like a type of watch thing. Mason Pre 5-ton says, no, weirdly enough. Mason Pre 5-ton says, I know Rolex enough.
Oh, and I don't know what you're thinking of. I didn't even light this part. We made some parts for SpaceX before too. I don't think we really like working with them anymore because they expect people to work more for the recognition of being able to say we worked with SpaceX than for actually being paid. And we like to get paid.
Skull Kidry says, you do the job, you get paid. Mason Pre 5-ton says, if rather get paid and not tell anyone I worked for them, lol.
I guess the reasoning is that being able to say you work with SpaceX will attract investor cash. But I personally don't trust the long-term stability of that as a business model. And it seems like the corporate
Mason
guys are
Pre
agreeing
5-ton
with me.
says, I forgot my Twitch banner.
Twitch banner?
Through the shadows we tread with care.
Mason Pre 5 ton says. Low-key crazy work.
What is your Twitch banner?
Mason Pre 5 ton says. I have no idea what I was on back then.
Oh, Skull Kid Ray is over here now too.
The brand one.
That's what that notification was. The brand one.
Skull Kidry says. Odyssey is most stable for streams, it seems to hello from the other side. Mason Pre 5 ton says. I don't know, it's called the brand.
Okay. I will take your word for it. You know, speaking of investor cash being a bad business strategy, it looks like that's finally starting to come home to roost in some places. Cough, Xbox, cough. You seen all the carnage that's been going on over there?
Mason Pre 5 ton says. Nearly made me choke on my drink when you said that.
Yeah. Xbox went and bailed out a bunch of studios and bought them, and now, like, whoops. We thought you guys were gonna make games for us. Games that we're going to sell. They're only about a decade late on correcting that mistake.
Contemplative Reservoir 68 says.
Oh, hello.
AI viewers stream book. Com.
AI viewers. I always get at least one of those guys in here. Can't get away from
Skull Kidry says. Hello. And goodbye.
Okay, we're gonna have to do something about the highlights here. The stuff on the branches is fine as is, but everything else I feel like needs to be a little brighter. Let's see, let's invert that selected area and then we'll copy, make a second layer. And bring that opacity down a little bit so the highlights stand out more in the places that I want them to. Actually, this part here probably shouldn't be part of the second layer either. That's a bit much. I still got the doodle of the liner up there. Get rid of that. Alright. Now we need to get the glow on the eyes here. Actually, no, I should probably do that backwards. Start with like a little core here. The way you get things to look like they're glowing is that you have like a very saturated outer part, but then the inner part is like almost completely white. That'll give you a little bit a nice glow effect. The little painter secrets for you. Yeah, I saw one of the leaked statements that was going around about like the whole Xbox situation, and I guess the CEO says like in some places they have like 14 layers of management that all the decisions have to go through. For games. For the games they're making, 14 layers of management. That's freaking insane. No wonder Elder Scrolls 6 doesn't exist yet.
That seems a little excessive.
A little bit. A little bit. Yeah, I think we might be ready to start working on the little background here. Let's see, I need my... what do you call that? My leaf brush. Is that the right one? I don't think that's the right leaves. Aha, here it is. There we go, that's the brush we need. Alright, now let's see. Do a little bit around here. And then we'll make like a glow in the back here. Actually, maybe we'll put this on top of the other ones and see how it looks. Let's get us a big brush. No, we probably shouldn't put that on top of the other part. Alright, let's see. Let's get some even darker stuff around here so there's more depth. Now we can just start adding in some rim lights, and we should be good after that. Alright, we're going to put all this foreground stuff in a folder. You can just clip right to that. Whoop! Turning the canvas a little too far here.
Skullkidry says, "I'll admit I like SpaceX and Tesla for the work they're doing in their respective industries. But I wouldn't trust Musk as far as I could throw him."
Yeah, no. I'm not particularly interested in Tesla, but SpaceX is interesting at least. But for Musk, eh. I was more supportive of the guy when he was first buying Twitter, but Twitter hasn't exactly gotten much better. Like, there's less censorship and you don't get posts taken down for stupid things anymore, but now it's just... The whole thing about, like, paying people ad revenue for ads they show on their posts has really not been good for the platform. Too much of a perverse incentive for stupid stuff now.
Skullkidry says, "Yeah, I'm not touching the platform formerly known as Twitter."
X.com, ECKS.com. What an awful name change.
Skullkidry says, "He has an unusual fascination with the letter X."
Like SpaceX? Perhaps it's just because he is a Gen Xer. Yeah, I don't know about that guy. I'm trying to find some way to kind of make certain things in this thing pop. See. Multiply might be a better idea here. I will just like paint a little bit of that over here. What do you guys think? With, without, with, without, with, without.
Skullkidry says, "Without looks a little fault."
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Skullkidry says, "Also I feel like I'm having an eye test here."
Option 1, option 2. Option 1, option 2. I tend to agree. I think the darkening of the lower area makes the rest of it pop a little more. Kinda wanna add some more highlights up in here though.
Their cloaks were threadbare, their souls were torn through failure's ash, their mission born. Spells on lips and lanterns low, they track the webs where shadows grow.
Skullkidry says, a couple of berries along the branch might add a little contrast also.
The nests they grow.
I feel like adding more things to it is just going to be distracting.
Winds blow.
Not supposed to be a particularly detailed image either. This is mostly just for a little bit of some visuals on a YouTube short. I didn't soften up the edges down over here. Actually, I probably don't need to do this, but oh well, I'm already doing it.
Pack of eight-legged blights so grim, by staff and chant they'll silence them, for redemption calls their fates entwined in questing.
Alright, I think we're good on this one. I think if I try to do anything else, I'll probably just... it'll be diminishing returns, if not make it worse. Let's save this and we'll go on to the next thing. You know what, when the File Explorer opened up to save the thing, I got a glimpse of the thumbnail of it. And it looked pretty nice as a thumbnail. So I think I'm on the right track. That's usually a good sign. Let's see, where the hell is the other one? There we go. Let's see what my line artist came up with. He do be downplaying the eyes and stuff. We'll have to fix that up before we color the rest of that. Let's put all the sketch and all this in its own layer here. We'll put the line art here. This is just a little picture of these guys making their shelters. One of the pieces of lore is that they have this material that they excrete. It turns into glassy stuff. And they use it to make like these shelters that are almost like greenhouses. And of course, if you capture one of these guys of your own, you can use that with the crafting system. make stuff with this material. I think I need to fix up the ability that I have written out for that thing. I think it was written under an older version of the rules and I have not updated it yet. Need to remember to do that. Especially since I'm gonna have like a first release coming out probably within a month. Only got a couple more things I need to add, and then like there will be some basic representation of pretty much everything I intend to have in the game. Alright, let's put this on the other one. Once I get everything formatted into a PDF file, the digital kind, not the Jeffrey Epstein kind, then I can actually have a product. Let's see, can I just... Oh, we'll just kind of squish this up here.
Lie the wilder moon woods, where the trees are all hollow, like ribs in weathered hoods.
Oh yeah, I recently got back in touch with the writer I was talking to. We're back on track to actually, like, making some literature for the setting. He's also scoring a trailer for me. I just got back his first demo today. I'll have to give him the feedback to that after the stream.
Between the moon and stars, the hounds of dawn go quiet, the ravens bow their heads, for none may cross her border and wake the nameless dead. When dusk comes down to kneel, it never learns to leave. The moon hangs low and bleeding in the teeth of the trees. Midnight matron, call us home. Midnight matron, walk alone. Bone tree shadows long and lean rule the woods of wilder moon. Midnight matron, ghost wolf crown. Midnight matron, hold it down. Night stays open, night stays deep. Rule the woods of wilder moon.
I feel like Patron didn't look at the reference for these guys very closely. And he's doing the line art.
If you hear the timber crying, do not answer, do not run. The long night has a master and she wears
Alright,
the
let's get a
sun.
thinner
She
brush
guards
for
the
this
thorn and
one.
hollow. She guards the root and rot. She keeps the moon from breaking where the wild moon winds not. Midnight matron, call us home. Midnight matron, walk alone. Bone tree shadows long and lean. Rule the woods, a wilder moon. Midnight matron, ghost wolf crown. Midnight matron, hold it down. Night stays open, night stays deep. Rule the woods of wilder moon.
Alright, that should be good. So the whole story I was talking about that we're working on, the plan is to have just like a short self-contained little adventure for some of the characters, and then I'm going to illustrate the thing. I think we're gonna put it up on the creature's YouTube channel. As far as I can tell, that's the best place to get any eyes on anything anymore. Ideally, the format is kind of made to be like a comic-sized light novel. Hopefully at some point we'll be able to make some physical thing in that format. So once that starts, like, once I start getting that, getting the script and the writing and everything over to me from him, I'll probably be doing a lot of artwork for that on the stream here. Probably gonna take a lot of artwork to really illustrate the whole thing as much as I'd like it to be. Oh. I might have to make an actual, like, layout for it as if I was actually printing the thing. Just so I can have it ready for a physical version and have, like, the proper page amounts between prose and art. Let's see, what was I doing? We need the other guys. Flicker light, there he is. The cocoon form. Okay, they just have like the exact same color. Plus the little Edison coil tails. We're gonna have to think of a color to use for the inside of his mouth too. For some reason, I really didn't want to get in the corners of these things at all. I need to get back into doing world building art too. Every time I try to do a dungeon or something for a playtest, I'm always kind of at a loss at how to describe what the thing looks like. A big part of that's because I just haven't decided yet. I haven't actually drawn any of them out. That's not entirely true. I have drawn a little bit of one. Alright, back to coloring the eyes like I was before I got distracted.
Skull Kidry says, "Oh, look over there. A distraction."
A distraction? Where? I can't see where you're pointing. What's going on over here, I wonder? I don't think we need this extra bit in the corner here. Hello. We got a raid coming in.
Creamsicle Love says, "Ayo, Elijah sent us to these streets."
Welcome, guys. Welcome, Raiders. And thank you. Hail, Elijah Knightley. Thank you for the raid. We are over here working on some art for my D&D meets Pokemon tabletop RPG. We're making some art for these little guys because I'm gonna make a YouTube short and I need visuals for it. But we are on image 2. Which hopefully is all I'm going to need. And we'll zoom out so you can see the little guy here. How is the stream over there? Whoops, I am on the wrong layer. I did the internet artist thing. You can make fun of me now. Let's see, I think I have an image of something made out of this material. Let me see if I can find that. Ah, there it is. There she is. Is that literally just the same color? Okay, it's slightly more light. No, we definitely need a darker color for the inside of the mouths. I don't know why. And I thought I got all of these corners fixed up. What's going on here? I've been slack. Let's try something like this. That should work out. No, hiccups are coming back. Alright, I think we got all the flats in. Actually, there's probably a bunch of gaps. Let's put something harsh on the background so I can see what it is. Actually, that's not the best color. Let's try blue. That should show up a little better. Are you serious right now? I'm not seeing any gaps. You telling me it filled in all of that just fine? Whoops. Okay, what's going on? Oh. I clicked the layer off. I suppose I got the gaps all filled in. Alrighty then. Time for some shading, I suppose. Yeah, another thing I was seeing about the whole Xbox situation that I was talking about earlier. Apparently, a lot of their funding for all the games that they were trying to make was just coming straight out of Minecraft. Like, I guess Mojang was the only profitable company they had, and they were just taking all the profits from it and giving it to the other studios. Which is funny because people have been complaining about Mojang not putting out any content for a long time. Like, all their updates are like very small and don't really have a lot to them. That explains that.
Skullkidry says, I'm not sure how Minecraft is the one profitable component.
They have subscriptions for their Minecraft realms or whatever they call it. That host the Minecraft servers, the official Minecraft servers. So that's probably been bringing in plenty of money from little kids playing. Just on its own. It's almost surprising that Minecraft has had such longevity. The little kids still play Minecraft. Minecraft, Roblox, and Fortnite was apparently the only thing the kids these days are playing. Everything else is made for people in their 20s and 30s, I guess.
Skullkidry says, I mean Bethesda have subscriptions for SO and for Fallout 76. And it's hard to believe Blizzard haven't made a profit from WoW.
I don't think Blizzard is part of the Microsoft gaming company, the Xbox guys. Bethesda is. And those are probably the only things that they're making money on.
Ponyboy Horse says, what's up nerds at YoBOI?
Pony
Link
Boy.
says, I've received 100 messages today with Restream chat.
How's it going? I was just talking about how Minecraft has been funding the entire company of Microsoft Gaming and Xbox.
Ponyboy Horse says, Ponyboy just got home from the bar.
Oh, so is Ponyboy a little tipsy right now?
Ponyboy Horse says, my crossbot doesn't know how to run Xbox.
You're telling me.
Skullkidry says, from MS Source in January 22nd, Microsoft will acquire Activision Blizzard for $95 per share, in an all-cash transaction valued at $68.7 billion. Ponyboy Horse says, Ponyboy is in the Goldilocks zone.
The Goldilocks zone? Well, I mean, you are on Earth.
Ponyboy Horse says, I am feeling fine and sublime and ready to rhyme.
And you've already started. Alright, so I guess Blizzard is probably profitable on its own.
Ponyboy Horse says, is that a crime?
We can make it a crime if you want to. I might have to look up how to render glass. Because I am not too sure about that. I guess we'll deal with that when we get to it.
Ponyboy Horse says, are these caterpies eating a rock?
They're not caterpies, Ponyboy. They're patapitters, and they're making a shelter of pitter glass.
Skullkidry says. Do they turn in TI flutterbies?
Here, I'll show you what they turn into. Actually, first they turn into these things. And these are their cocoon form. But then they emerge as these guys. Flitter Knights. Those guys are a little complicated. I don't feel like putting any of them in here.
They look like the enemies in the desert map on Mario Kart Wii that slow you down.
You know what? I've kinda thought
Skullkidry says
about their resemblance
I think it wants to say uwu.
To Mario enemies. Okay, hold on a second. I'm hearing car alarms outside.
Skullkidry says. That's alarming.
Definitely alarming, but it was just the neighbors. It's their car alarms.
Ponyboy Horse says. Car alarms are just car mating calls. They are trying to breed.
Well, they need to stay away from mine then. Mine's too old for them. I don't know, their car might be even older. I don't really pay attention to what my neighbors have going on. Maybe I should, because that's like the second time I've heard car alarms from them in like a week.
Ponyboy Horse says. Tell your neighbors to secure their cars better.
Keep that car on a leash. I'm sick and tired of your cars getting into my yard and leaving oil everywhere.
Skullkidry says. All cars must be chained to the nearest lamppost at night. No exceptions. What's some other stuff that's been going on recently that we can talk about? Y'all seen this screenshot that's going around from the Odyssey movie that they're making? Skullkidry says.
That looks
42.
awful. 42?
Skullkidry says. Yes. 42 The unsure to life, the universe and everything.
Oh, you're
Ponyboy Horse says.
throwing Hitchhiker's
Cars
Guide
are
to the
nuts.
Galaxy memes at me. I have never seen that one. What's so nuts about cars, Ponyboy?
Skullkidry says. Ponyboy Horse and bolts.
Alright guys, we're gonna try something for the glass stuff
Ponyboy
here.
Horse says. Hey Dicebag, is your refrigerator running?
My refrigerator is doing just fine.
Ponyboy Horse says. You better go catch it.
My parents had to get a new
Horse says.
refrigerator recently.
Got him.
Their refrigerator was not running. I don't really have anywhere to take that information. I just remembered that was a thing. Hey, how did y'all's 4th of July go? I didn't get to ask that last time because I wasn't streaming
Ponyboy Horse says.
for that time.
Put your fridge on a treadmill so it's always running.
Ponyboy, fridges would just fall off the treadmill.
Ponyboy Horse says. I love this 4th of July, I love America. Ponyboy Horse says. I celebrated TTHE heck out of it.
I had a get together with the extended family in my nice big yard, which is now bigger because my annoying next door neighbors got their house condemned and were evicted, and I bought the
I posted
plot
lots of 4th of July art.
next to my
Ponyboy
house.
Horse says. But I was also working.
Working on 4th of July? You work for communists or something? Oh no, wait, right. You work for communists. I forgot.
Ponyboy Horse says. I work for the federal government monitoring online extremists to put them on watch lists.
Oh, is that why you're here so often?
Ponyboy Horse says. You are all under arrest.
You know, that would explain a lot if you were glowy.
Skullkidry says, I think the watch list he's talking about is a YouTube watch list. Ponyboy Horse says, you have the right to remain silent and draw a cuddle tomboys.
What's that? A cuddle? Ponyboy, what the hell is a cuddle? I'm not drawing you cuddling tomboys for a
Ponyboy
fed.
Horse says, real tomboys.
Oh, real tomboys. I draw real tomboys. Real tomboys with long hair and ponytails. I'm way ahead of you, Ponyboy.
Skullkidry says, I'm in this pickhooder and I'm not sure if I like it.
Oh, do we have another tomboy enthusiast over here?
Ponyboy Horse says, I'm gonna start a poll.
Oh no, he's gonna be abusing his mod powers now. You might as well, you missed the bot, Ponyboy.
I mean, I'm ace, so.
I had to go and deal with a bot myself.
Ponyboy Horse says, tell the bots to schedule their spam around my schedule.
Alright. Next time I'll inform the bots that they have to wait until Ponyboy is done drinking. Surely they'll understand. That reminds me, I was watching some Kit Boga this week. You guys familiar with him? The guy that messes with scammers? He came up on the YouTube recommendations and I was like, alright, I'm bored, whatever. Who dat? You don't know him? You don't know the "Do not redeem" guy?
Ponyboy Horse says, oh wait, yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's the guy.
Ponyboy Horse says, he do not redeem and stuff.
Oh, he do redeem though. Now, that's part of the thing that the scammers will tell him to like
I know of them.
Buy gift cards and like send them the codes, but he's like, he'll be like impersonating an old person, and he's like, so now I redeem the codes, right? and they get real mad, and it's funny. That dude's like really into it too. He has like a whole like reverse phishing operation to catch scammers and like get them trapped in robocalls.
Ponyboy Horse says, "We need a bot here so I can pretend to be useful."
Well, Geronimo's right there.
In the dark, their sins are claimed. The work of man, their pride, their bane. Crafting gods through skill and pain.
Ponyboy Horse says, "Ban at Geronimo." Skullkidry says, "You just want to go whack." Ponyboy Horse says, "More like bonk." Ponyboy Horse says, "I do not whack on stream."
Attack. Here's that groan, the pulse of might. Furnaces blaze in eternal night. Power forged, yet hearts are damned. This ancient curse, the work of man. Blinded by their bold desire, mortals sought to harness fire, but fire burns and shadows spread.
So what you're saying is you're not up to DSP's level yet.
The work of man, their pride, their bane. Crafting gods through skill and pain. Machines awaken, their hearts from dust they
I am going to have to
Ponyboy Horse says,
soften a
"I
whole
am a
bunch
good
of
boy." Ponyboy Horse says, "Very well behaved."
things. Sure you are. Sure you are. Definitely not plotting any entrapment schemes right now. As a communist glowy.
Ponyboy Horse says, "You are the commissar of Kumanism." Skullkidry says, "Entrapment for whom?"
For online extremists. Alright, I'm gonna be very careful and select the areas that I need to soften up so I don't get into the stuff that I've already done.
Ponyboy Horse says, "Alright, I'm gonna pass out. This funny juice is catching up to me. Smell ya nerds later."
Alright, Ponyboy, we'll see you around. Sweet dreams and all that. It's hard to tell which parts of the highlights I've actually already softened up. I think I've got them all. Just have to give a pass to... Oh, we need a smaller brush for these.
Skullkidry says, "I should also head off BC. It's Liac 4 AM here, but brain doesn't want to shut off JN."
Okay. Well, thanks for stopping by and hanging out. Hope I'll see you here next week. We do this every week, just about. Same time, same place. Whoops. Alright, gotta get this little guy. I was worried that this might be a little bit much. What's the phrase? I might be biting off more than I can chew for one stream with this thing. Skipping out on the darker shadow sections sped things up a bit. So I could probably stand to put some on these guys just for the faceting. Let's see. Let's try. Some of this. Alright, if I drop down the opacity, I think it looks okay. Actually, maybe we should drop the opacity on the main shadows too a little bit. Just a tad.
Gate, we keep our watch with emerald cloaks and king's light glow. Arthur Oakthorn charts the path, and the Val dwellers learn where kindness flows. We tend the grove, we calm the fear, when sharpened teeth and claws are near. From the vale where flowers sing, we lay hands on living things. No child lost, no old alone. We guard this land, our only home. Through vivid land we softly tread, where flowers bloom and roots are spread.
Get this background so it's a little less jarring. We need to add in the blue for these guys.
The verdant king has shown his grace, gave us Creebeen our oath to seal. The dew cup lifts our honored place, and clad our forms in wilder steel. With greenwood shield and bow in hand, by wayward bloom we cross the land. From the vale where flowers sing, we lay hands on living things. No child lost, no old alone. We guard this land.
Now we can add in the glow on these things.
Through vivid land we softly tread, where flowers bloom and roots are spread. For this home we make our stand, as we heed courage, not caution's hand. Our sacred oath, our solemn yield, to guard the weak with sword and shield. When foes defy, we never bend, our will unshaken to the end. Let the briar know our names, let the dusk recede in flame. Not for power, not for gold, but for every heart we hold. If the valley shakes and calls, we rise as one.
Alright.
We do
You know what, let's soften the edge of this part a little more.
through vivid land we softly tread, where flowers bloom and roots are spread. For this home we make our stand, as we heed courage, not caution's hand.
I should probably add some shadows here.
Guard the weak with sword and shield. When foes defy, we never bend, our will unshaken mission to the end.
I think we might be ready to... Well, first let's throw some coloring on that line art, and then we'll start working on the background. Before that, we should merge these two line layers. Couldn't find the merge option there for a second. I'm losing my touch. Whoops. There we go. Alright. You know what? This... Normally they would do this stuff like at dawn. So let's see if I can get a color reference for something like that. See if we can get a good image of a forest at dawn. We're definitely gonna have to use like a more bright color for this. Probably a more yellowish for the most of the background, and then we'll kind of put silhouettes of things in there. Get a yellowish. Actually, let's put the leaf pattern in first. We'll use a slightly darker one here and draw on some branches.
Gray, they will return and light the way. League of Magi, lead us on through the dark to the coming dawn. League of Magi, hold the flame. We will sing your honored name. League of Magi, ride as one till the last of the ruins is won. League of Magi stands
I just realized that this whole space here was supposed to also be part of the shelter. Oops. Heck, I might want to take the inside of this. Then take that overlay part, the highlights, and double up on those so it looks even brighter. I think that looks better. Now, as I was doing, I'm gonna add like one more branch over here. All right. Let's see, let's get some orangey glow in here. Let's see, the reference I'm looking at kind of can see the glow like through the trees. Maybe we'll add some of this here and then see if we can use a layer effect. Ooh, that might be it if we line it up a little bit. I think that's actually kind of nice. Actually, one thing I should have done before. Okay, Pin, respond to my actions. I'm gonna add a little shine to the goop here. Just give it a little extra depth. Ooh. Put a little bit of light rays coming out like so. Actually, I don't like that. Those aren't really going in the correct direction. Alright. I think at this point, all we really need to do is add some rim light. With a smaller brush than that. Gonna be real careful with this guy because I don't want him to totally blend into the background. Oop. All right. Now, one last thing we need to do is fix the line art colors on the eyes. I think after that, there's not really much more I can do to it. Maybe add a little more rim light to like the gooey parts. Oh, and the shelter. Can't forget that. That's kind of important. Kind of feel like we could add a little bit of transparency to this too. This might be a little too advanced for me, but we'll see. Just select all these areas. I'll make a new layer here. Put that over top of it and kind of lower the opacity a bit. I think that looks kind of neat. Yeah, let's go with that. All right. I think I'm content, and we're probably going to call this done as it is. We're almost at the 3-hour mark that I usually hit for. Close enough. I don't think I have it in me to start something new this time around. So we'll just call it a night. Let me save this real quick. Alright. Well, that'll be it, I guess. Thanks for hanging out, everybody who showed up, and especially everybody who's still hanging around, if there are anyone. Chad's been a little quiet recently, since the other guys left. So I assume I'm on my own. But if there is anybody, thanks for sticking around. And I will see you guys next time. I don't know what we'll be doing, but it'll be more creature stuff probably. I kind of need to get the other guys back in for another draw pile stream sometime. I'm feeling the urge for it. Need to do more of those. But yeah, we'll see how that comes up when I actually get around to it. And remember to talk to my friends. Anyways, thanks for hanging out. I'll see you guys later. Bye!